At first, you don't even notice it happening. That's how it works. One day, everything feels normal. You feel steady, confident, like you really know yourself. Then, little by little, without realizing it, something starts to change. You begin doubting yourself more often. You start feeling bad over things that were never your fault. You catch yourself apologizing all the time, trying not to upset anyone, making yourself smaller, just to avoid conflict. And the worst part is, you can't even figure out when it all began. That's what quiet manipulation looks like. It doesn't come in loud or obvious ways. It's not some cartoon villain trying to control people. Usually, it looks like somebody who cares about you, somebody who says they're only trying to help, somebody who always seems wounded by the things you do. Today, we're talking about 5 signs that someone in your life, maybe a partner, a friend, a family member, or even someone you work with, could be quietly manipulating you. And by the time this is over, you'll probably start noticing things you never noticed before. Sign number 1. They make you feel irrational for having normal emotions. You try bringing up something that upset you, something real, something that honestly hurt. But instead of listening, they turn it around on you. Suddenly, you're too emotional, too sensitive. You're acting like it's a bigger deal than it is. And this is where it starts getting dangerous, because after enough of those conversations, you stop saying anything at all. Not because you stopped feeling hurt, but because you've slowly been conditioned to think your feelings don't matter. Psychologists call this gaslighting, and it's not always dramatic or easy to spot. Sometimes it's just a quiet sigh, a small eye roll, a tired, "here we go again." Just enough to make you question yourself instead of questioning the situation or them. You start believing maybe you really are the problem. After a while, you stop trusting your own instincts, and honestly, that's exactly what they want. Sign number 2, they use guilt like a tool. People who manipulate others are extremely good at this. They rarely ask directly for what they want. That would be too honest. Instead, they make you feel bad until you eventually give in. They'll say things like, "After everything I do for you, this is how you treat me." Or they suddenly pull away. They get cold, quiet. They let that uncomfortable silence hang there until you finally break and ask what's wrong. Then they say, "nothing," while their whole attitude says the opposite. That's called guilt tripping. And it works because good people, empathetic people, usually hate feeling like they hurt someone. Manipulative people understand that. They use your empathy against you. So eventually, you start doing things out of guilt instead of genuine choice. And little by little, your decisions stop feeling like your own. Sign number 3. Somehow everything becomes your fault. Think about the last disagreement you had with this person. How did it end? Did they actually admit to doing anything wrong? Or did the conversation somehow circle back, no matter how it started, to something you did, something you said, or some problem with you? Manipulative people hate accountability. When you confront them, they dodge it. They bring up old arguments. They downplay what they did while making your mistakes seem bigger. They turn your honest concern into a personal attack, then start defending themselves against accusations you never even made. It's draining. And that's intentional, because once you get tired enough from constantly defending yourself, eventually you stop fighting back. You start letting things slide. You tell yourself it's easier not to argue about it, and every single time that happens, they win without ever admitting they did anything wrong. Sign number 4, they isolate you, but they make it look like love. This one is quiet, really quiet, and honestly, it may be the most dangerous sign of all. They never directly say, "Stop talking to your friends." That would be too obvious. Instead, they drop little comments here and there. "Sarah doesn't really care about you like you think she does." Or they act hurt when you make plans without them. Suddenly, They need you right away, usually at the exact moment you are finally about to do something for yourself. And because they disguise it as love, as fear of losing you, as needing you close, it doesn't feel controlling at first. It feels emotional. It feels intimate. But the truth is, real love doesn't make your world smaller. Real love doesn't punish you for having connections outside of one person. Healthy relationships give you room to grow. They don't slowly shut every door around you until one day you realize that person is all you have left. Isolation and manipulation work hand in hand, because the fewer people around you, the fewer chances you have to hear someone say, "This isn't normal." Sign number 5. You feel worse about yourself than you did before they entered your life. This one usually hurts the most. And I really want you to think about this for a second. Try remembering who you were before this person showed up. Were you more confident back then? Did you trust your own judgment more? Did you laugh more easily? Speak more freely? Feel more comfortable being yourself? Now think about who you become around them. Do you feel smaller now? More nervous? Like you're constantly worried about saying the wrong thing? Do you feel like you're never calm enough, smart enough, good enough, or careful enough? Manipulative people don't destroy your confidence all at once. They chip away at it slowly. It's not usually one massive moment. It's hundreds of little ones. A joke at your expense that they dismiss as teasing. A comment about how you handled something. That disappointed look they give you again. Each moment seems tiny by itself, but eventually, all of them pile up, and after enough time, they start changing the way you see yourself. That's the real goal, because someone who doubts themselves is far easier to control. So here's what I really want you to take from this. Manipulation almost never looks the way movies portray it. It's usually quiet, subtle, hard to explain. It lives in small moments, in long silences, in exhausted sighs, in conversations that somehow always leave you feeling guilty in the end. But here's the important part about quiet manipulation. The second you start recognizing it, it begins losing control over you. Awareness is your first defense. So if something in this video felt personal, if any of these signs hit you in the stomach a little, pay attention to that feeling. Trust yourself, because deep down, your instincts have probably been trying to warn you for a long time. Maybe now it's finally time to listen